Hi there, my name's Damian Foster and I'm going to share with you the factors necessary for successful exchange relationships. Okay, so marketing helps facilitate exchange relationships among people, among organisations and nations. It's a social process involving the activities necessary to enable individuals and organisations to obtain what they need and what they want through exchanges with others and to develop ongoing exchange relationships. Now, not every exchange happens automatically, and neither does every exchange result in mutually satisfying long-term relationships. The conditions for a successful exchange transaction can only be met after the parties themselves have performed several tasks. Now, the factors necessary for a successful exchange relationship include identifying potential partners, developing offerings, communicating information, delivering products and collecting payments. This is what marketing is all about. We therefore need to consider the following questions. Who are the parties involved in exchange relationships? What needs and what wants do parties try to satisfy through an exchange? Exactly what is exchanged? How does exchange create value? And finally, how do potential exchange partners become a market for a particular good or service? So let's start off with who are the parties involved in an exchange? Well, simply everyone is involved in the marketing activities to identify, communicate and negotiate with potential exchange partners. Both customers and organisations seek goods and services through exchange contracts. Ultimate customers buy goods and services for their own personal use or for others within their household, and we call these are what are known as consumer goods and services. Whilst organisational customers buy goods and services for resale as inputs into other production into productions for other goods and services, or stuff that they're going to use in the day-to-day business operations, and we call these industrial goods and services. So what about needs and wants? Well, as business professionals, it's important that we understand the difference between a need and a want. So let's clear it up. Well, needs are basic forces that drive customers to take action and to engage in exchanges. An unsatisfied need being a gap between a person's actual and desired states on some physical or psychological dimension. Now, needs are not created by marketers or other social forces. They come from our basic biological and psychological makeup as human beings. But wants, on the other hand, they reflect a person's desires or preferences for specific ways of satisfying a basic need. Therefore, a person wants certain products to satisfy a given need. Example B, I need to make telephone calls, so I want to buy a mobile phone or a particular type of mobile phone. And we must also understand that different people have different wants to satisfy a given need. For example, I might be thirsty and I want to drink a bottle of water, while somebody else may be thirsty and they want to drink a Coca-Cola. An important difference marketers need to understand on needs and wants is that whilst marketers cannot create needs, they can influence people's wants. Therefore, an important job for any marketer or business leader is to develop a new product and then to stimulate customer wants for it by convincing people it can help them better satisfy one or more of their needs. So what exactly gets exchanged? Well, this is pretty straightforward in that goods and services help satisfy a customer's need when they're acquired, used or they're consumed. Goods are what we know are tangible physical objects, so mobile phones, watches, items of clothing and so on that provide a benefit. While services are less tangible and, in addition to being provided by physical objects, can be provided by people, so that's doctors and lawyers, institutions, an example the Roman Catholic Church, and places would be Disney World, Universal Studios, and also activities. So how do exchanges create value? Well, when people buy products to satisfy their needs, they're really buying the benefits they believe the product provides. I suppose a good example here would be that you don't buy an aspirin, you actually buy headache relief, pain relief. Now, due to the fact that different customers seek different benefits, they actually use different choice criteria, and they attach different importance to product features when choosing models and which brands within a product category. For example, a person with a need for high social acceptance and self-esteem might seek out a high-end, expensive tailored suit. So they would probably attach greater importance to criteria relating to social image, or maybe the cut and the material of the suit. Therefore, we need to always be thinking about things from the perspective of our potential customers. You know, what are their needs? What are the benefits that they're seeking? What would their choice criteria be when they're buying your product? You know, so on and so forth. Now, when it comes to how customers determine price value, a customer's estimate of a product's benefits and capacity to satisfy needs and wants is what determines the value that they will attach to it. Ultimately, most customers choose the products that they believe provide the most need-satisfying benefits per dollar. That's what they choose. Therefore, what we say is value is a function of intrinsic product features, of service, price, and it means different things to different people. Now, a customer's ultimate satisfaction with a purchase depends on whether the product actually lives up to expectations and delivers the anticipated results, which is why it's essential to understand everything that I've been talking about here. Finally, we need to remember the value of long-term customer relationships, the present value of a stream of revenue that can be produced by a customer over time. You see, it costs more. It costs more to attract new customers than to keep an existing one. Therefore, the increased loyalty that comes through developing long-term customer relationships translates into higher profits. But what about defining a market? Well, a market consists of individuals and organisations who are interested and willing to buy a particular product to obtain the benefits that will satisfy a specific need or want. And also important that they've got the resources, that's time and money, to engage in these transactions. Now, the total market is often fragmented into several distinct market segments, each segment containing people who are relatively homogeneous in their needs, their wants and product benefits they seek. Now, as business professionals, we need to determine the following points in an effort to define the total market. So, which customer needs and wants are currently not being satisfied by competitive product offerings? How desirable benefits and choice criteria vary among potential customers, and how to identify resulting segments by demographic variables? Which segments to target and which product offerings and marketing programs appeal most to customers in those segments? And how to position the product to differentiate it from competitors' offerings and give the firm a sustainable competitive advantage. Okay, look, so to wrap things up, as I said at the very beginning, exchanges don't happen automatically. Several tasks must be performed to enable appropriate conditions for a successful exchange to happen. Ignoring the importance of the factors that I've discussed here, it's going to seriously hamper the progress of your business and also getting your products into the hands of the potential final customer. Therefore, what I advise you is you consider all the factors mentioned and ensure that you're working on each to give your products the best chances of success. You might be interested in my business level marketing course that takes this into much more detail whilst also explaining much more in terms of the whole business function that is marketing. You can check out rainbowelite.com, and there's also a link in the description. If you've got any other questions that you'd like to answer me, you can hit me up on Twitter, which is at Damian W. Foster, or tweet me a question using hashtag AskDamian. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'd love it if you can leave comments for all the videos with your opinions, your ideas. Also, do head over to iTunes and subscribe to the Rainbow Elite podcast. I'd like to thank you for listening, and all the very best for the rest of your day.